I'm Mark Davis. I'm from Mount Ida, Arkansas. This is my 17th Bassmaster Classic.
And tell us what you learned in practice, Mark.
Well, I didn't learn a whole lot in practice. I mean, I learned that these fish are really moving. I mean, the water temperature has warmed up, 8, 9 degrees. We started out, water temperature first morning after that snow was 37 degrees. And, I saw water temperatures yesterday as high as 57 degrees. So you're talking about a 20-degree swing in water temp. So, I know the fish are moving. You can locate fish today and they'll be gone tomorrow. So you've got to really approach this thing with an open mind. That's pretty much what I learned in practice.
Mark, we're going to have high winds tonight and rain, heavy rain. What's that going to do to the fishery?
Well, I don't think it'll hurt anything. It may hurt some areas, but I think in general it's going to help because if we get some dirty water, that'll help hold some of those fish up there. And we've had a lot of warm weather the last 3 or 4 days, and we've had warm winds, and that warm wind is really what's warmed the water up. So I think overall it's going to help. It's definitely going to hurt some areas. I mean, a lot of those creeks are going to get flushed out. The wind's going to muddy up some of them, but overall, it's going to help fishing.
What kind of baits, and I won't ask you what particular baits you're going to use, but what kind of baits do you think you're going to use mostly?
I mean, it's basically going to be power fishing, and it's going to be everything from a lipless bait like a red eye shad to a Strike King spinner bait to a Strike King square bill and possibly a jig. But it's all going to be power fishing. I mean, it's going to be moving baits for the most part, and looking for those aggressive fish.
Mark, what would it mean to you to win this classic this year?
Well, it would mean that I was a whole lot closer to being able to retire. I won the Classic in '95, and here this is 2014. So, we're getting close to 20 years since I've won. So, I'm 50. A win would mean a lot. It'd set me up to where I could probably fish a few more years and then skate on out of this sport.
One thing about bass fishing, Mark, is you can fish it even when you get older, can't you?
You can. If you can maintain your health, you certainly can fish. You look at a lot of guys. I think Clun's sort of an exception to the rule. Most guys, when they approach 60, they're pretty much out of it, and some guys even younger than that. But you can certainly stay competitive if your health is good, for a long time.
What do you think your odds are in this Classic, Mark?
It's hard to say. It's hard to say put odds on a Classic. I wouldn't bet against me, but you really never know. I mean, because for all the reasons that we talked about, a minute ago. I mean, the way things are changing. If your approach is right, if you approach it with an open mind and realize, hey, I'm gonna let Guntersville, never mind what happened 4 or 5 days ago in practice, and go out there and somewhere the fish are biting. And the thing that if you ask all these guys, the one thing that's worrying them, we can all catch fish, but are they going to be big enough? I mean, 3-pounders aren't going to. 3-pounders are going to be like 1-pounders here. You're going to have to catch fish over 5 pounds, and lots of them every day, with an 8 or 9-pounder mixed in there with it to have the kind of bags you need. So, with that mindset, you can't be conservative. I mean, you can't think, well, I'm going to go try to catch 15 to 20 pounds. 15 to 20 pounds is not even going to get you, started in this race. So that's a different wrinkle, That makes this Classic a lot different than most because, so many Classics, you're especially in a 3-day race, you stay a little conservative, well, if I can get 20 pounds a day, then have one big day I can win. I don't think 20 pounds a day and one big day here is going to win it. you know.
Mark, if we took you out of the race, who would you put in first, second, third?
That's a good question, man. All these guys are so good. You know, the way it's setting up with the shallow bite, the way it is, like maybe a Bobby Lane. I mean, it's going to be it's going to be that ultra shallow kind of a bite. You've always got to put Kevin in there, you know. I don't know. I really hadn't given it a whole lot of thought, you know, honestly.
You just worried about what you're going to catch.
I'm worried about what I'm going to catch, but you know, I really don't know. You know, I think it's going to be, you know, the best shallow power fishermen are going to come out on top in this one. Whoever that is, I don't know, but there are all these guys can do it. But that's what I think. I think that's what it's going to take.
How many pounds do you think it's going to take to win?
You know, I've been saying 77, and I'm gonna keep saying 77.
77 pounds to win.
Yeah.
What do you think the big fish will be?
It's gonna take one over 9.
Over 9?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Good luck to you, Mark.
Thank you.